Why my husband and I chose Bellevue Montessori School for our children really is that we were drawn to the philosophy of independent learning for our children that was self-driven in a community environment. And when we visited Montessori schools, we sort of saw the children learning through all sorts of different learning methods: tactile, verbal, visual, and saw how you kind of meet the child where they're at with their learning styles, and really liked that it would be a great fit for both of our children, even though they were sort of unique and different individuals that learned in different ways. Why Bellevue Montessori specifically? And I actually remember this very distinctly because we toured a couple of different facilities, and we came for the tour, and it just immediately felt like a place that I wished that I could have gone to as a kid. It was very inviting and bright, and even just from the tour being led by the director, you could tell that there was strong leadership and strong teachers in the community that really supported each other and supported the kids. So sciences and the arts are both really important to our family, both in terms of our careers and how we spend our free time. Both areas are strong areas for our family, and we thought that Bellevue Montessori in particular had a very strong holistic approach to having both the sciences and arts at the forefront of learning. And like when the kids come home from school, so many of the stories that they tell you about their day are about those things, the science experiment that they'll probably remember far more than sort of the day-to-day details of school, or the spring musical that they just get so energized to participate in. So that seeing how much our kids love to learn made us very proud of that choice. We chose to keep our kids here for elementary for several reasons. The main reason is that they love learning, and the school fosters that, and as long as we can keep our kids loving to be at school and learning new things, then that's the right place for them to be. And we didn't want to disrupt that feeling that they had. We think that the teachers are amazing here. Like every single different grouping of years our kids have had, teachers, we've never been disappointed. And even as you sort of go through that 3-year cycle with each teacher, the interaction with the teacher changes, right? As your student starts to be a young person who's being led by some of the older kids and taught, and then moving into a role where your kids are becoming leaders themselves and solidifying their learning by teaching other children. That 3-year cycle has really proved helpful for our kids. And my daughter in particular is pretty young for her age. So when she goes somewhere else, eventually she'll be a young kid in her class. And so we liked the idea that she could be a leader and an older kid in a classroom that may not always be the case for her. We also decided to stay at Bellevue Montessori for elementary school because we feel very strongly that our children are academically prepared. And that's sort of, you want your kids to love being at school and love learning, but in the end, you also want to feel the confidence that they're prepared for whatever that next step is. And we have strong confidence in Bellevue Montessori about that in particular. And it was actually reinforced this past year because our daughter is getting to the point where she is one of the older kids in the school. So eventually she's going to be moving to another school. And so we had her take a standardized test as part of the application process for future schools. And first of all, she'd never taken a standardized test before. Second of all, we were surprised and pleased with her results in a way that made us feel like our sense of she's academically prepared was reinforced. There are lots of things that we love about Bellevue Montessori. We wouldn't be here unless we did, but we do love, in particular, how they teach the whole child, and there's a very strong sense of community and social responsibility that is, I think, important for all of our children as they grow into adulthood to have in this world. And everything from small things like encouraging kids to bring fabric napkins in their lunch and reducing waste, to the community garden that they have. Our kids really enjoyed that. And they do service projects each spring. My kids love doing they've sewed finger puppets for the Children's Hospital. And there's a different service project that they do as a whole school each year, and then bring whatever is collected or made to the organization. So a real sense that that you're not in this bubble all by yourself, but that you're a part of a larger whole, and that's really wonderful. On the academic side, again, one of the things that we love the most is sort of this multifaceted approach to learning, where on any given topic you meet the child where their learning styles are. So if you're learning a math concept and you're a tactile learner versus verbal versus visual, they have works that can cover that exact topic, but approaching it from completely different angles, and so depending on the child, they'll be able to grasp the concept because of what's offered.